Yo, what's going on, man? This is your boy Ahmad J. Grant. Listen, I'm here at the QL Show podcast, like, all right, motivator, all right, inspirator, all right, purpose pusher, man. Listen, when I tell you this episode has been so great and it's going to impact your life, understand this. Sometimes people try to get things to be perfect, but when you try to get the things to be perfect, you're going to neglect your true self, neglect your true feelings, neglect the version of you that you need to be. All right, with that being said, man, make sure you put a comment below right now, all right? And make sure you subscribe and follow, because we about to make this world change person by person, day by day, and we starting with you. Damn.
Coming down 3, 2, and 1. Hey, what is happening, family? Welcome back to another episode of the QL Show podcast. I'm excited about this episode because I've seen this guy grow and become something large on social media, but not only in social media, but in life as well. And I don't even think he knows what he is doing for the people all across this nation. He is a life coach. He is a purpose pusher. I call him a motivator. He goes by the name of Ahmad Grant, and now Ahmad is in Greenville. What is going on, man?
Man, just staying on this journey, man. I am so happy to be here with you, all right? Because the things you're doing and impacting this world, man, I just wanted to be here and make sure I support.
Well, you know, when I started this podcast, I was thinking about, like, who would I bring on the show, right? And, like, literally, we started everybody's inboxing, QL, can I come on the show? Can I come on the show? And I already had, like, a list of people that I knew I wanted to be on the show, but then I see your social media, and I see how you are changing the lives of so many people in this community, and especially, like, the mental health community. Like, people need light in a time of darkness.
Oh, yeah.
And you are indeed that, man.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about it, I never wanted to be this person.
Really?
Life forced me to be this person.
Yeah.
I had no other choice.
So that's what I want to talk about, though, like your life as a whole, because I think people see you on social media. Like, they see your TikToks. Yeah. They see your Instagram reels. They see your YouTube. But, like, where is Ahmad from? Like, where do those roots come from?
Man, so I'm originally from Georgetown, South Carolina. All right, low country. You can hear it in my voice, you know.
Yeah. I called you the other day. I was like, man, like, are you from America? And you was like, nah, man, it's just a low country. It's just a low country. Cool.
Well, my Geechee people watching, man, supporting, man. Yeah, definitely from the low country. Man, it all started there, man. The roots, man. I mean, it's powerful down there in South Carolina, Georgetown, South Carolina.
Yeah. And so like, what was it about, like, what moment in your life, though, that made you, like, say, like, you know what, like, I need to take what I've been going through and change it into light and inspire the next generation? Like, how did this whole TikTok journey start? Man,
the TikTok journey started me just making funny content. I for sure thought I was supposed to be a comedian. I don't care what nobody say. I was supposed to be a comedian back then. But then, man, I went through a lot of life changes, man. I always tell people that it's 3 stages that you go through in life before you really hit that next level. And I always say it's mind, body, and your spirit. Once those 3 align, man, watch how God just move in your life, man. I promise you.
So like mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah.
Right? But like talk about like those moments though in your life that made you like come to that realization.
Yeah. All right, so first off, it was my mind, all right? I started with the mental health journey. So in 2016, my sister died at 25. And it shook me, man. Like literally it shook me because I watched her take her last breath. And not just a small sigh, but no, she took a... And she inhaled and never exhaled. And so her leaving, like, a part of me left with her too, because I never thought that could happen to somebody like me. And when I say a part of me left, it's not the bad. It was the learning to connect with people, learning to appreciate people while they're here.
Had you ever lost someone that close to you?
No, man, never. It was just like, dude, she was 25, you know? But... literally watch her take her last breath and watch her be in her casket. And I never knew how to bounce back because I lost myself at that time. So I went through a depression. Literally, one day of sadness turned into 1 week. 1 week turned into a whole month. A month turned into a couple months. And I never understood it because in the Black community, we never talked about mental health.
Absolutely.
You know? And I just thought I was sad, but man, every night I would go into a dark room and I would literally drink myself to sleep. Now I call my depression a bougie depression because my choice of alcoholic beverage was champagne. But at the same time, man, a couple months, going past, man, I would always look myself in the mirror and not know who I was. Like, if anybody understands, if you look yourself in the mirror, you like, all right, bro, I know how I look. But when I saw myself, I did not know who I was.
Was it the physical side though, or was it like the inside of you?
Man, physically and spiritually.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
So, and it's crazy that you're talking about this so early in the interview because I think we talked about this a little bit before we came on air, but like I went through a season of depression.
Oh, yeah.
So let me tell you something. Like I was going through my phone. I didn't realize like my entire year, 2023, I was in a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I wasn't set free from that until maybe like those last few weeks of December. But it was just so hard. Like, and depression is weird because some days you'll be down bad.
Oh yeah.
And then some days you good. Like you good at like you skating, and then like the next day it's like, wait, I thought I was just good.
Yeah.
But it was an entire season of just being in a low space. But I will say something that helped me out was connecting with people who was going through the same things that I went through, but not only that, but that has went through the same things that I went through. But also like they showed me light, right? And I also realized too, sharing is what helped me get through what I was going through. Like you have to share your story, and I feel like for so long, especially when I was in college, like I suppressed all of my feelings. Never wanted to talk about it. You asked me if I'm good. Yeah, QL good. It's QL for the QL show.
There you go.
Why wouldn't I be good?
Yeah.
You know. But in the inside, I was hurting, man. So I can relate to you. You know what I mean? Whenever you say that.
Yeah, no, of course. And so my quick question to you is, do you feel like you needed to go through that isolation season or that depression season to focus?
You know, it's crazy. I didn't even tell you I was isolated, but I was isolated. And let me tell you something. It's crazy you even say that because there was times where I was looking at my friends weird. I was looking at my career weird. I was looking at my family weird. I was trying to figure it all out. And I realized I was like, God, like, why am I in this isolation period? I didn't understand why I was in that period, and maybe it was for this time right now that we're living through with this podcast, but the isolation was the real thing.
Yeah, and the thing about it is I wrote a book called Isolation, the ebook, right? And literally, some people get it confused. People think that loneliness is when, you're by yourself, you don't got nobody. But isolation is when God is trying to make you into somebody. And sometimes the isolation needs to isolate the things that don't need to be in your life. And sometimes you need to isolate the things that you need to focus on in life. Because God got that light inside of you.
But I guess my question, though, was in that period of isolation, like, you go through life with people, especially when you have, like, 10 years on it. And so in your mind, you're thinking, like, I'm going to go through life with these people. I'm going to experience life with these people. I'm talking about real, true friends. And then when it doesn't happen, it's like, oh, damn. Is this reality?
And that's the thing, though. Everybody can't go with you to the next level in life. Everybody has a reason, and then some people have a season. Those people are seasonal. And I always say, when you're going through your spiritual journey in this life, you're going to lose a lot of people. But the people that you lose were only meant to get the unhealed version of you. That's truly what it is. They got the unhealed version of you, and it's okay. They played their part. But now you get to focus everything back into you, and that's why you're winning.
So do you feel like sometimes we are in cycles of depression or of unhappiness because we're in the way of ourselves?
Yeah, you can.
I think about that, like, even during that process, like, I feel like I was in the way. Like, I didn't want to move out the way because I was so used to what life was, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until I literally dedicated myself to moving literally out the way and allowing God to work in my life. And literally, when I tell you, man, like, things just started to happen. And I even knew, like, in December, I said, my first couple of months isn't going to be that so good of the new year. But I know after that, like, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. And, bro, I get into February, and God is just, like, showing out. I said, I just said the first 3 months it wasn't going to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, I understand the isolation. Now. Yeah. So talk about, like, a time where you had to be isolated, though, from people.
Man, my isolation came in two different realms, I guess I would say, in two different times. Number one, when I went on my deployment. So first I talked about the mind, all right, and my mental health, all right. I got through that, went to therapy and finished and started looking myself in the mirror. That's why if you look at some of my earlier content, my videos were in the mirror because I knew the man I was truly looking at, right? Moving to the isolation, I was deployed, and I had to sit in a hotel room. That was my barracks.
And what branch, real quick?
Army. I don't really talk about them like that. Like, they're my boys. They love the military. But yeah, so boom. Literally, like I said, dealt with my mind, my body. I started going to the doctor. And at that time, I was like 20. At that time, I was a little bit younger.
Yeah.
And Man, I was almost a diabetic.
Really?
Slim, skinny, almost a diabetic.
Uh-huh.
Scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like it was bad. Like
In your 20s though?
20s. That's why you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
The whole portion. Almost a diabetic.
Do you feel like stress added to that too though?
Stress, my eating habits, all of that, man. I wasn't taking care of me, right?
Yeah.
But literally went to the gym, got myself right, started getting that connection again, and my body, boom, I got my body right. So my mind, my body. Last one was spirit. This was in my isolation stage. I used to meditate a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in my meditation, I was walking in the desert. It was nothing but desert mountains, and I'm walking down this black tar road.
Yeah.
Now I'm walking, but I'm watching myself walking. All right. And if people know, if you look yourself in the mirror right now, you walk away, you probably gonna forget.
Yeah.
But for you to be walking in the desert while meditating and watching yourself, that's an out of body experience on its own.
Yeah.
All right. Literally got to this white line, and it was 2 trophy cases.
Mm-hmm.
Literally in my meditation, 2 trophy cases in glass. The one on the left was my heart. The one on the right was my happiness. And in the middle, the voice said, now pick. So 3 days I had the same out of body experience, wondering like, what is this?
Yeah.
And on the 4th day, I said, you know what? I'm a pick.
And what did you choose?
I chose the voice in the middle. I chose God. And from that moment on out, God said, all right, now that you chose me, I'm with you at all times.
Yeah.
He said, from here on out, I want you to use your voice because I'm speaking through you. Literally.
Yeah.
And I'm finished this up. He said, I'm speaking through you. And literally one day I'm sitting in the same hotel room. He said, pick up the phone. So I picked up the phone. I was like, oh, we about to make a funny video?
Right.
God was like, nah, just pick up the phone, push record. I got the rest. Pick up the phone, started recording, and literally out of body experience again. I started talking, but it wasn't me. I wasn't controlling it.
Yeah.
First thing I said is, when you're going through your spiritual journey in this life, you're going to lose a lot of people. But the people that you lose were only meant to get the unhealed version of you.
Absolutely.
And at the end, I said, damn. I said damn because I shocked myself because it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I understood at the end. And that's when that journey started happening. And that's when I knew, all right, I got to use my voice now. Yeah. And that's it.
But even though God came to you and spoke to you in that moment, in that hotel room, do you feel like sometimes defeat tries to come up on you though, right?
Yeah, of course. But defeat ain't nothing. Listen, defeat ain't nothing but the devil, right? I will say. Because if the devil can't destroy you, he will try to distract you.
Yeah.
That's why you got to remain focused.
Yeah.
But think about it. You've come this far in this life already. You ain't stopped yet.
But if you stop, man, it's like
you ain't got no choice.
I can't stop. You know what I mean?
You ain't got no choice.
You got to keep going.
Yeah. So especially like you. So all right, like when you said that defeat, is it more of like that mind of negative thoughts, or what you think?
Well, because I feel like, I mean, and since we're talking about church, like there's many times where we go to the altar and we go and get delivered and we go get set free. Like I told you, like I feel like God literally came in my life the last few weeks of December and just worked it all out. But there was times in January, there was times in February where I felt like, am I slipping back into this or am I good? You know what I mean? And then I realized like I had to do the work myself and keep myself in positive spaces so that I didn't slip back into that defeat that I felt like was coming back again.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You like, all right, you know, God said that, you know, he never said that the weapons formed against you would he said that the weapons formed against you would never prosper. But he never said that they wouldn't form. Yeah. That's what it is. Those are just forming of your past version of you. Yeah. And they're just like healing. Healing is a journey. You don't get to a certain day and say, oh, I'm magically healed. Yeah. No, today you can feel good, tomorrow you can feel bad. But it's all based upon how you react to it. That's it. But you got it. Yeah. Okay. You got it.
Let me ask you this, Ahmad, though. Like, so why do you feel like you decided to go on social media, right? And now you have this whole hub, this whole community of people that literally lives, breathes, eat the Ahmad Grant content. Like I mean, I see some people that literally post your videos every single day on their IG story. Not only is it an inspiration to them, but it's an inspiration to other people as well, though. So, like, what kickstarted that? Like, why did you say, like I know that you were in that moment, you were in that hotel, God said pick up your phone, but you never put the phone down.
Yeah. So, I mean, because I always loved social media, right? Yeah. I just never loved what people are using it for, right? It's so much negativity in this world. Yeah. I was like, man, If I can help one person a day, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
And that's my goal every day. If I can help one person just stop from hurting themselves, if I can help one person from stop being the version of them who they used to be, if I can help one person see the true version of them in themselves, I'm going to keep on going. That makes me happy. Honestly, I'm going to be 100. I do not care about the likes. I don't care about the fall. I don't care about none of it. I care about helping other people.
Yeah.
That's my purpose. That's my passion. If I could make one person just change,
you done your job.
I'm done my job. That's it.
So I guess that's what prompted you into becoming a certified life coach.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't even know you was a life coach. Like, I thought you were just doing your thing on social media, but you a life coach too.
Yeah, man. I'm an empath, so I feel other people's energy.
Yeah.
I feel what they've been through, and it's like a healthy little test I put people through. Mm-hmm. So define the future version of you that you want to become in 3 words.
Whew. I don't know if I can find 3 words, but maybe 2. Successful.
Okay.
I want to be a millionaire.
Okay. Ooh,
millions. And let's see, one more.
Mm-hmm.
Light, man. I want to continue to be a light to others.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, anytime you get confused on your journey, anytime you feel like you're stopping or you don't know what to do next, remember those 3 words that you want to become.
Light, for emotion.
And millionaire.
Yeah.
And anything or anybody that doesn't resemble those 3 words that you've mentioned, they don't need to be in your life because they stop you from getting to who you want to become. Yeah. That's how you start aligning yourself with what to do next, who needs to be here, who should I let go? Yeah. That's how you start putting those things out there, speaking into existence, and watch your life change. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're a magnet. See, I'm about to start. Ahmad. Don't start.
Go ahead.
Don't start, Ahmad. I'm telling you. No, because listen, you're a magnet.
Yeah.
The reason why you're a magnet is because anytime you speak something to existence, the world starts gratifying and start magnifying to what you're about to do and accomplish. Yeah. That's why you never lose. Even though tests, trials come, you always pass them. The thing about it, you've been tested many times, and I can feel it. I don't even know exactly what you've been through, but I can feel it. Reason being because you have defeated it. All right. And even though now when you see back in the day, I can tell that when tests came your way, God gave you the answer before. Yeah. But then us being human beings, we wanted to come up with our own answers. Yeah. And we kept failing. And the reason why we kept seeing the same test over and over again is because we wanted to do it our way. But see, now you feel me? But see, now you know that you lean not on your own understanding. Everything you do, give it to God because he will direct your path. Now look at the path you on.
But let me tell you something, bro. Like, what has truly helped me is faith.
Come on.
Me and producer Sam, we talk about this all the time. Like, faith, like, literally, bro, there's sometimes I will walk inside of rooms, walk inside of meetings, not even knowing how it's going to end. But I have this feeling that God is just going to come through. I feel like because I'm his child, like, I'm his son, he just favors me at all times. You know what I mean? Like, no matter the good or the bad, even on those bad days, bro, I still just have a certain level of light, a certain level of just faith where I know, like, I may not have it right now, but God go come through, though.
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, your name's in rooms that you ain't stepped your foot in yet.
Yeah.
That's why you always winning. You're always going to win. You're always going to be able to hit next levels because he already got you there already. Now he's telling you, go get it.
What do you say to, like, that young person, even that adult who may be going through a career right now and they have hit just a really hard glass ceiling? They just trying to figure out, like, what do I do next? Do I stay here? Do I keep going? Do I go and try to, fulfill the dreams that I have personally? Like, what type of advice would you give someone that is just confused, like, in just life and don't know where to go?
Number one, I'm always tell you to talk to God first because I know how he's guided me. All right. Number two, sometimes when you don't know what to do, remember your past experience. Now you know what not to do. Start from there. Yeah. Start with all right, I know I ain't going back there in the past no more and messing with them people. Yeah. I ain't going back in them same environments that ain't did me right in the past. You know what not to do. Now from here on out, you just got to start whatever you want to start. Yeah. I think sometimes people overthink, right? And they try to say, like, a lot of people are multi-talented and they don't know what to do next. Honestly, just start.
Especially creatives, though. Like, creatives stay in the space of, like, what do I do next? Like, I've done this. Or it's like, or like even the question that I get asked, like, what is next, QL?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what the hell is about to be next. I'm waiting on God to tell me what's next.
Yeah.
like you tell me what's next because I don't know yet. I'm just walking it out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. Every day, just keep going. Keep building that same repetition. Like it's really in your habits.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to accomplish, like you will. And that's why I always try to tell people, like, you're out of this world. Sam's out of this world. Because of the simple fact that you're different. And when you walk around, people see it in you.
Yeah.
People be like, dang, that's something about you.
And and sometimes people see things in you that you don't even see in yourself.
That's what I'm saying. But that's why you just got to keep going, believe in yourself, work on yourself every day, and understand truly that anything that you put in your hands is going to turn to gold. Especially for somebody like you.
Yeah.
Anything you speak will speak life into other people. It will water them.
Yeah.
It'll help them at any time.
Speaking about watering.
Okay.
You have this whole, like, this whole ordeal about, like, the plant dad thing.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, like, I attempt to be a plant dad 365 days out the year. Sometimes, though, when the springtime come and the winter come, the plants die off, and you know, it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. But I do have this one plant at the house that I'm trying to bring back to life. So I done cut off some of the leaves and stuff like that has died. I watered it. I got it near the sun, but you know, it's still kind of cool or whatnot. But like, what do you speak to, like, this whole plant dad thing and watering? You know what I mean? Like, maybe things that maybe not even serve you any more purpose. Because hell, I don't know, that plant could not serve me any purpose anymore. But I'm trying to bring it back to life anyways, though.
Everything that you've been doing is serving you a purpose.
Yeah.
That's for any and everybody, all right? Number one, I asked God, I was like, man, God, you keep talking about people growing and you want me to grow in life, but at this point in time, like, I need to see some growth in real life. I need to see growth. Yeah. And so literally he was like, well, growth and faith are the same. You know what I mean? You believe in it, but you truly can't see it sometimes. Yeah. But he was like, all right, don't worry, I got you, Ahmad, because I'm a hard head, you know? So he was like, go buy a plant. And first I was like, plant? I'm a G God. I ain't about to go buy no damn plant now. But then he was like, "Boy, you better go buy that plant," because he got to talk to me like that. But then literally, I went to go buy a plant. And the first one was a golden pothos. All right, it spoke to me. I was like, man, this got to be the plant. But literally, I got the plant. I put it by my glass doors and where the sun would always come every day. Yeah. And so I put it in the right sunlight. I put it in the right environment. I started checking the soil to make sure the soil was good. And I made sure I watered it.
I'm a plant dad, but I don't do all that. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I just give a little water, put it by the window, and keep it going. Now.
But I'm telling you, like, literally, I started watering it. Yep. I started making sure that the environment was good, making sure that the soil was good, everything, right? But literally, a week I did it, 2 weeks, a month went by, and by the second month, I was like, "Oh God, these plants growing."
Yeah.
And he was like, "See, you missed your blessing." I said, "What's up?" He said, "See, the same way that you watered this plant and made it grow, the same way you put it in the environment to make sure that it's good and growing healthy, the same way that you speak life into this plant, I want you to do it in your own personal life now too." Ooh. Same thing. If you can water that plant, that means you can water yourself when you down. If you need if you need the environment to be good, make sure you put yourself in the right environments. Don't go back to the places you don't need to be to no more. Yeah. And if you need to speak life, the same way you spoke life into this plant, Ahmad, every day talk to yourself. You're strong. You're bold. You're good.
And you know what's crazy? Like, there's some of us that are plant dads or plant moms. Shout out to all my plant people out there who speaks life to their plants. Who speaks to their plants, and they want to make sure their plants are doing well, but we don't do the same thing for ourselves.
Come on, man. And literally that's what it is. That's the recipe, man. And sometimes we need to learn from the things that we can see in our lives that need to be in our lives. Yeah. But at one point I started noticing that my plants were dying. Yeah. And it wasn't just because of the fact that I was doing something wrong, but it was the simple fact that I wasn't taking care of myself. Yeah. Your plants will die if you're not taking care of you. Yeah. And if your plants are thriving, that means you are doing the right things in your own life. Yeah. See, people got to understand it's the small things, man.
I feel that.
But we got to look at it on a different realm. You feel me? So, that's literally watering, man. I'm watering. I think we talked about something, right? You said sometimes the gift or is your voice going to, like, impact people?
Is it impactful? Like, last year, you know, I told you, like, I went through a whole season just trying to figure out, like, what am I doing? Yeah. And are the people really receiving what I'm saying? Is this impactful? Do I have something to say?
I think your answer is in your question. Yeah. Dude, your power is in your voice. Yeah. Whatever you say is going to help people. Whatever comes out of your mouth, I'm telling you, bro, you're going to impact. Now it just decides on how and when you want to. And not the WHEN, it's the WIN, the win in other people, the win in your own personal life, the win that you see that you've created within life in general. Dude, like...
Life coach, purpose pusher, pastor, bishop, prophet.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, I could tell that you see it in yourself, and that's why life is gravitating to you, and you always gonna win. You too, Sam, everybody, man. And that's what I want you as a person to understand too as well. Keep going no matter what. Keep being the best version of you, even when it hurts. Because at the end of the day, you already winning. WIN, all right? And you know how I like to end my videos. Damn.